Hi guys, it's Emily again, and I'm here to teach you about the UABCs. Now, most of us know our ABCs, except for the occasional time we have to sing the song to find out where a letter is. But the UABCs are different than that. The UABCs are an acronym and a blueprint for when you perform CPR. But before we perform these, we have to make sure that the area is clear around the person that may need help and that there are no immediate dangers to yourself. After you've done that, you can move on to the first letter, which is U, for unresponsive. So when we do this, we want to come up to the person and we want to tap them firmly and say, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And make sure that you're projecting and that you're firmly tapping the person so that way we can tell if they are actually unresponsive and in need of your help. And you also want to call 911 or have someone call 911 at this point for assistance. The next letter is A for airway. Now when a person's resting like this, their windpipe is kind of blocked off. So what you want to do is you want to take 2 fingers and go on this fleshy part underneath the chin and push back, put your hand on their forehead like this. Next we're going to do B for breathing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down, and just like we did in airway, we're going to use this technique, and we're going to put our hand on the chest and we're going to be listening and feeling for breathing. So you're going to put your hand here and you're going to put your ear here, and then you're going to be looking at the chest to see if you see any rise or hear anything coming from the person that would resemble breathing. Now if you don't hear any of this at all, we're going to go to our 2 rescue breaths. So you can give rescue breaths by breathing in and then pushing out just enough to see the chest rise and let the chest fall. Again, deep breath, push in, chest rise, chest fall. You can give that through pinching the nose and creating a tight seal with your mouth on that person's mouth. You can do with a handheld device like this, again creating a tight seal and breathing in through the top just enough to see the chest rise, chest fall. Or you can do it with one of these called a BVM, which is in some AED kits, and you create a tight seal yet again, and then you squeeze, chest rise, chest fall, squeeze, chest rise, chest fall. You might think C is for cookies, since I'm a Girl Scout, but instead it's C for circulation. So when we're talking about circulation, this is where we get to the 30 compressions of the 30 on 2 cycle of CPR. Or you could also just continuously provide compressions. Now for these compressions, you're going to look for the middle of the chest, the bottom of the breastbone. Use this part of your hand, place it right there, place the other one on top, and then you're going to push down and let the chest rise fully and push down again. Now there are several things you want to make sure you're doing while you're doing this. You want to keep at a speed of around 100 to 120 beats per minute. You want to make sure that your elbows are locked and not bent, and you also want to make sure that you're bending at your hips rather than anywhere else, and that's where you're getting your weight for this. Now for an adult, you're going to push down about 2 inches, for a child about 1.5, and for an infant about 1 inch. Again, make sure that you're doing this at around 100 to 120 beats per minute. And do as much as you can of the 30 on 2 cycle, or just continuous compressions for as long as you can, because anything you can do, again, anything, will help the person.